In an escalating situation in the Gulf, tensions between Iran and the United States have taken a dramatic turn, with the Iranian military claiming responsibility for recent attacks on U.S. military bases. According to reports, the Iranian armed forces targeted two key facilities, the Al-Hajj base in Saudi Arabia and the Al-Adiyari base in Kuwait. These strikes were carried out using Arash 2 drones, a sophisticated unmanned aerial system, after Tehran warned against the use of regional territories for launching operations against Iranian soil. The Iranian military's actions come amidst heightened regional tensions, with Iranian Foreign Minister Said Abbas Araghchi emphasizing the legal responsibility of states to prevent their territories from being used as platforms for aggression. In a recent conversation with his Qatari counterpart, Araghchi underscored the necessity for region-wide compliance with international norms, particularly highlighting Qatar's strategic position as it hosts the law. RGS, American military base in the Middle East. This marks a continuous series of Iranian offensives since the conflict began last month, underscoring the volatile dynamics at play. The Iranian military issued a stern warning against any assaults on civilian targets, promising a multiplied response to such actions. They stated unambiguously, "We have stated from the very beginning that any aggression targeting civilian objectives would be met with a decisive, multiplied response against the enemy's interest in any part of the entire region." This declaration sets a foreboding tone for potential future conflicts as Iran vows to escalate its counteractions if civilian areas are attacked. In a related development, Saudi Arabia has taken precautionary measures by closing the strategic road connecting it to Bahrain. This decision follows missile strikes on its eastern province, a region rich in oil resources. The closure reflects Riyadh's concerns that if former U.S. President Donald Trump were to target Iranian civilian infrastructure, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, might retaliate by attacking key Saudi infrastructure, including the bridge linking the two kingdoms. Saudi air defenses have reportedly intercepted a significant number of missiles and drones over its eastern territories, although heavy fire was reported at an industrial site in Al Jubail. The Iranian strikes come in the wake of a call by an Iranian official urging the nation's youth to form human chains around power plants as a protective measure against potential U.S. attacks. This appeal was made amid threats from Trump to target various civilian infrastructures in Iran, including power plants and bridges. The official implored, "I extend an invitation to all our young people, our dedicated athletes, our creative artists, our diligent students, our university community, and our respected professors. Let's gather there to collectively tell the world that any attack on public infrastructure is without question a war crime." In response to these threats, Trump stated very little is off limits regarding potential targets in Iran. He elaborated, "We have a plan because of the power of our military where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again." This rhetoric underscores the high stakes involved and the potential for widespread destruction and long-term consequences. According to reports, Iranian forces have launched a large-scale air offensive targeting energy and industrial hubs in Saudi Arabia's eastern region. The Saudi Defense Ministry confirmed that their air defense system successfully intercepted 7 ballistic missiles aimed at the region, though debris from these interceptions landed dangerously close to power facilities. This incident has prompted authorities to assess the potential damage, highlighting the persistent threat to critical infrastructure. Social media platforms have been abuzz with open-source intelligence accounts reporting on the situation in Jubail Industrial City, a crucial economic zone in Saudi Arabia. Footage shared by the IRGC-affiliated Fast News shows large fires raging in the city, a direct result of the Iranian missile and drone attacks. Jubail, recognized as one of the world's largest industrial cities, plays a pivotal role in Saudi Arabia's petrochemical industry. The Iranian threat to this facility had been flagged weeks earlier, signaling a tactical shift in Iran's strategy, now targeting key economic structures. In a broader context, Iran's recent actions have also extended to targeting media and telecom infrastructure across the Gulf. A drone strike launched from Iran hit a building associated with a major telecommunications company in the UAE's Fujairah, highlighting vulnerabilities in the region's digital networks. The targeted facility belonged to DU, a prominent UAE tel e-com provider, raising alarms about the precision and reach of drone-based assaults. Although no fatalities have been reported from this attack, it underscores the growing threat to civilian and communication networks. Further emphasizing the danger to civilians, a Ghanaian national in Abu Dhabi sustained injuries from falling shrapnel following the interception of another aerial threat. This incident occurred near a crucial industrial facility in Musafa, where air defense systems succeeded in neutralizing the drone before it could cause further harm. The situation serves as a stark reminder of the risks posed to civilians, even when defense measures are effective. Saudi Arabia has confirmed the interception and destruction of 2 additional drones in recent hours, indicating a broader pattern of aerial incursions across the Gulf. This expanding scope of attacks suggests a strategic broadening by Iran, drawing telecommunications and civilian-linked infrastructure into the conflict. The implications for regional stability are significant as nations grapple with the safety of critical systems and the potential for further escalation. As the crisis unfolds, the Gulf region is witnessing a new phase of conflict where the battlefield extends beyond traditional oil facilities to encompass the digital and communication infrastructure that underpins modern society. The stakes are high, with regional and global implications as nations navigate the complexities of a rapidly evolving security landscape. The situation in the Gulf has reached a critical point as tensions between Iran and the United States escalate dramatically. The Iranian military has claimed responsibility for recent drone attacks on U.S. military bases in the region, specifically targeting the Al-Hajj base in Saudi Arabia and the Al-Adiyari base in Kuwait. These assaults were executed using the Arash 2 drones, a sophisticated unmanned aerial system, in response to what Tehran perceives as threats against its sovereignty. The Iranian government had previously issued warnings against the use of regional territories for launching operations against Iranian soil, signaling a hardening stance in the ongoing conflict. Amid these developments, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has underscored the legal responsibility of regional states to prevent their territories from being used as platforms for aggression. In a recent conversation with his Qatari counterpart, Araghchi highlighted the strategic importance of Qatar, which hosts the largest American military base in the Middle East. This dialogue marks a continuous series of Iranian offensives since the conflict escalated last month, reflecting the volatile dynamics at play in the region. The Iranian military has issued a stern warning against any assaults on civilian targets, promising a multiplied response to such actions. They stated unambiguously, we have stated from the very beginning that any aggression targeting civilian objects would be met with a decisive, multiplied response against the enemy's interest in any part of the entire region. This declaration sets a foreboding tone for potential future conflicts as Iran vows to escalate its counteractions if civilian areas are attacked. In response to the heightened threat, Saudi Arabia has taken precautionary measures by closing the strategic road connecting it to Bahrain. This decision follows missile strikes on its oil-rich eastern province, highlighting Riyadh's concerns about potential Iranian retaliation. The closure reflects fears that if former U.S. President Donald Trump, who has made inflammatory remarks about targeting Iranian infrastructure, were to authorize attacks on Iranian civilian targets, it could provoke a severe response from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC. The Saudis have reported shooting down over a dozen missiles and drones over their eastern regions, with heavy fire reported from an industrial facility in Al-Jubail. These strikes occurred after an Iranian official, Rahim, urged Iranian youth to form human chains around power plants in response to Trump's threats. Rahim's call to action emphasized the importance of protecting these national assets and framed any attack on public infrastructure as a war crime. In the United States, President Trump has made bold declarations about the military's capabilities, stating, very little is off limits. Are there certain kinds of civilian targets, though? I don't want to tell you that we have a plan because of the power of our military. Estes suggested that the U.S. could decimate Iran's infrastructure within hours if necessary, but expressed a preference for avoiding such destruction, noting the long-term implications for Iran's ability to rebuild. Iran has allegedly launched a massive air attack on energy and industrial hubs in Saudi Arabia's eastern region. According to a defense ministry spokesperson, Saudi Arabia's air defense systems intercepted and destroyed 7 ballistic missiles launched toward the country's eastern region. In a statement posted on social media, the ministry said that debris from the intercepted missiles fell near power facilities, and authorities are currently assessing potential damage. Reports from open-source intelligence accounts indicate that a large fire erupted at the Jubail industrial city on the coast of the Persian Gulf following an attack by Iran. The Iranian ballistic missile and drone strikes allegedly hit Jubail, a major industrial hub, causing significant fires. The IRGC had previously threatened to target the facility, which is a core pillar of Saudi Arabia's petrochemical economy. The widening scope of attacks suggests a strategic shift, with telecommunications and civilian-linked infrastructure increasingly being drawn into the conflict. In the UAE, authorities are responding to a drone strike on a building linked to a major telecommunications company. The targeted facility belonging to DU, one of the UAE's key telecom providers, highlights vulnerabilities in critical communication infrastructure. Although no fatalities have been reported from the strike, the incident has heightened fears about the growing reach and precision of drone-based attacks. In Abu Dhabi, a Ghanaian national sustained moderate injuries from falling shrapnel following the interception of another aerial threat. This incident underscores the risks to civilians even when defense systems successfully neutralize incoming attacks. Authorities have urged the public to rely only on official sources and avoid spreading unverified information as tensions remain high and misinformation risks further destabilizing the situation. As the situation evolves, Saudi Arabia has confirmed intercepting and destroying 2 additional drones, indicating that the threat is part of a broader pattern of aerial incursions across the Gulf. This new phase of escalation extends beyond oil facilities, threatening the digital and communication backbone of the region. The Gulf now faces a precarious future as regional tensions continue to mount with potential